So to build a community, essentially, you don't want to make your community just a group of people who get together and do stuff, and leave it vague like that. You want to use this idea virus idea and make your community into a movement. For example, some of the ones I heard today, Scott with his helping parents and kids get better, and there's a lot of rumble going on the internet and among parenting groups about how the education system is not serving the kids today. Well, that is a big idea. That's something you get a movement around. We talked about the HST. The Canucks is probably the biggest movement. Now, how many of you guys are a Canucks fan? The big idea here is, will they win the Stanley Cup?
Of course.
Well, according to last night, if you watched the game, that remains to be seen. But nonetheless, that's a big movement. So when you go out to Granville Street after the games, you'll see a bunch of people going crazy because they're around that, that idea. Now, essentially, how you as a leader will communicate your big idea is through story. The story here is the Canucks. Will they make it? All the drama beating the Boston Bruins. The story here, again, with Scott is, are kids going to make it, in 10 years? Are they going to be 28 years old, living in their parents' basement and having no idea what they want to do? Or are they going to go out there and be able to make it out there? So each of you with a big idea, start thinking a bit more so of how can I inspire other people with my idea. Second thing, to make your community a movement, you want to connect with followers using your leadership. So this is not just you commanding people to do things, like show up at my event. You have to inspire them to do it through leadership. So instead of forcing people to come to things, you're going to lead them into your big idea because of the benefit you'll get, because of the connection you'll get. Third thing, you want to make your community a movement by using tools that they can act on. You can make communities on Facebook. You can make communities on Twitter with tweet-ups. You can make communities without using the internet at all. People get together to do Dragon Boat race, or people get together to play D&D or play cards. Well, because this is from the context of Meetup, what I recommend is you guys give them a Meetup group to interact with you by. So why use Meetup.com? Part 2. Well, Meetup.com, first of all, how many of you guys actually are not members of Meetup.com? Let's show of hands. So just 2 or 3 of you guys? Okay. Meetup.com, you guys are lucky to be here today because Meetup.com is one of the best social networking tools that have been developed in the world. And why it was started was after 9/11, I forgot the founder's name again, Scott. Scott lived 2 blocks away from the World Trade Center. So when 9/11 happened, he saw everything was going on the internet, and he thought people wanted to get together, people needed to connect again. So he started Meetup.com in 2002, in January. And from there to where it is today, now there are, I believe, I was just reading the stats last night, I think there were 700,000 members, or was it 7 million? 700,000 members, let's say, and something like 60,000 or 70,000 groups all around the world. So Meetup.com is essentially a meeting place for people that is designed to get people to talk and connect and associate with each other online so they can meet together offline. It's one of the few tools that do that, and it works really well because people today want connection. Now, when you create a group on Meetup.com, you essentially have the ability to broadcast and promote your group by using existing tools. If you didn't have Meetup.com, it would take you a lot of work and effort and time and energy to get people to follow you, to join you. It can be done. Previously I have run many men's communities without Meetup.com. But the great thing about Meetup.com, the tool is designed so that people you don't know can find you based on your interests. So that alone means there's a huge amount of people out there that could potentially want to hear what you have to say or want to meet you. At some point, maybe they'll find you or you'll find a way to reach them. So the numbers are there, especially in a city like Vancouver. Vancouver is one of the highest and most popular meetup cities in Canada. So if you start it, will they come? Well, why do people want to come to meetup events? Why do people want community? Well, they want to come for a number of reasons. First, they want to come because they want to be part of a community. They want to feel like they're part of something big. Second, they want a connection. So people come because they want to get to know the person beside you. They want to get to know you. We have this inherent need that we need to feel other people's energy. We need to really interact and get some feedback and really, have a sense of being social with them. Third, we go there for personal growth. Now, how many of you guys have joined a group because you want to become a better person, you want to get in shape, you want to make more money, or you want to improve your life in somehow, some way? So, a number of you guys. So a number of groups on Meetup are designed to help you do that. And fourth, people join Meetups and communities because they want to be part of a change. Okay? So part of a change could be, again, the HST movement. Part of a change could be you guys could be, wanting to change the status quo in terms of parenting or in terms of personal development. There are even groups out there doing network marketing, for example. I think there's a Univera group, or I think it's Univera or USANA, where they get together and everything they do there is based on personal development from the context of helping the members do better in their network marketing. But they have the mission there to change the world, so they attract people that way. So if you start it while they come, it depends on how good your idea is. So the number one tip here is be as clear and detailed as you can when developing your idea and writing the description on meetup.com. The clearer you are, that means the more niche you are. The more niche you are, the more people will get what you're trying to achieve. Now, if they like what you're trying to achieve, they will come. If you're really general, if you're doing trying to do a group on how to, be happier in life, yeah, you get a lot of people who might join because they like the idea, but it might not be as engaged a group, or maybe you won't get much interaction or feedback because everyone wants to be happy, but when it comes down to last minute, a lot of people will flake on you when you have events because they don't know why they're coming. So you want to give them this big idea and be clear about it. All right, so another insight about meetup.com is all about getting more members, because everywhere you go, everyone who has a meetup group is always asking me, I'm sure Iman gets this question too, how do you get more members? How do you build your group? Well, is it all about getting more members? It really depends. Now, if your group is a general group, yes, maybe it does make sense to grow as big as possible because of the law of large numbers, which is basically the larger number of groups you have, the larger the number of members in your group that you have, the more chances that you'll have participation from a subset of that group. So that combined with Pareto's law, how many of you guys know Pareto's law? It's the 80-20 rule. Now, how many hands go up? Okay, well, with the law of large numbers and with Pareto's law, so that means if you have more members in the group and 20% of your group will be the most active, the more members you have, the more members you have will be coming out and being active in your group. So yes, if you have a general group, much like what I have in Iman, it does make sense to grow it because the way we do our events, mine are always random, and so are Iman's. So I always have different speakers come on depending on what you guys tell me. And you might have noticed too, for you guys who have been members of my group for a long time, every 3 or 4 months I do something completely different. Well, the reason I do that is because I use Meetup as my testing ground as well. So I've been trying new ideas from everything from different formats of speaking, how often to email you guys a week or a month, to what type of events you guys want. So for me, by doing a lot of testing within Meetup, I've been able to get a really good finger on the pulse of what the Vancouver business community wants and is about. So sometimes I might have a group, an event and a speaker where maybe half of the group might be interested in. And I might have another event or speaker where the other half is interested in. So this way, by varying my speaking, my expert speakers that come, and a way to ensure that more people come to these to get benefit from the speaker themselves, by having more members, I can have different events and not worry about having it flop. Now, what if you have a niche group? Well, now it doesn't matter if you have a large group or not, because if you have a group around a single focused, strong idea, you don't need 100 or 1,000 members. All you really need, in my opinion, is maybe 30 to 50. Because what you want at this case with your great, big idea is that you want a number of lieutenants, a number of people who are as passionate about your idea as possible, just like you, who are willing to step out and become leaders in their own right, who are able to communicate with you at the enthusiasm that you want them to have, so that they will be consistent in coming out and helping you achieve something or learn something or go out there and do something. So by having a niche group around a specific idea, hopefully you'll be able to get a number of people who are in tune with you on that idea, who will come out and help you with this. An example I have is I've been emailing the group about creating a raising awareness about bullying group. So since I started emailing people about creating this raising awareness about bullying group, I've had probably 60 people email me. I haven't even started it yet because I've been so busy pushing it back. But this is such a strong idea that I get people approaching me every meetup almost, saying that they want to be part of it. When am I going to start? People are sending me emails, hey, I want to contribute, I want to help, I want to speak at this thing or represent this, because they're so in tune with this idea about stopping bullying. All right, so tip number 3, oh, sorry, got the numbers backwards. Tip number 2, actually, is you want to create a quality group that allows quality people to support your idea. Those are really the ingredients. It doesn't really matter how large a group is or how small it is. What really matters is the quality of people around who come to your idea, and the quality of the group that you create, meaning you need to have good leadership and then have a good idea. So what should your group be about? Well, people come to Meetup for really 3 reasons that I've been able to distill. 1, people come because they want to make more money. They want to do better in business. They want to network more. So the most popular groups on Meetup.com actually are about